Welcome to Coin Value Guide, where history, mystery, and money collide. And before you scroll away, let me ask you to imagine this. What if the most ordinary-looking coin you have ever ignored, the one that feels common, heavy, and familiar, is actually hiding a value whispered at $14 million? And what if that coin has been sitting for decades in drawers, jars, glove boxes, and inherited collections across the United States, waiting for the right eyes at the right moment to recognize it? And today, that moment might be yours. Because this story is not about a gold bar, not about a pirate treasure, not about a museum artifact, but about a used 1977 D. Kennedy half-dollar coin. A coin that millions of Americans have touched without a second thought. And yet, within this exact year and mint mark lies one of the most suspenseful modern coin stories ever told. And as we go step by step through its history, its measurements, its condition, its rumored record-breaking value, and the precise way collectors have turned knowledge into life-changing money, I want you to stay with me to the very end. Because the final reveal may completely change the way you look at every coin you own. And if you love rare coin stories like this, make sure you subscribe to Coin Value Guide right now, because every week we uncover hidden values that most people never notice. And now let us begin with the moment that changed American coinage forever. The year 1964, when President John F. Kennedy was tragically assassinated, and the nation demanded a tribute, leading to the creation of the Kennedy half-dollar. A coin that became more than currency. It became emotion, memory, and national identity. Fast forward to 1977, and the Denver Mint struck millions of Kennedy half-dollars for circulation. And on the surface, the 1977 D. Kennedy half-dollar seems ordinary. Composed of copper nickel-clad layers, not silver, widely circulated, heavily used, and often overlooked. Yet collectors know that value is not always about what a coin is supposed to be, but about what went wrong, what was different, what slipped past quality control. And this is where suspense begins, because among the millions struck, a tiny fraction carry anomalies so rare that they rewrite price guides entirely. And before we even talk about the jaw-dropping $14 million valuation, let us slow down and examine the physical facts, because every great mystery starts with details. The 1977 D. Kennedy half-dollar has a diameter of about 31 millimeters, giving it that broad, solid feel in the hand, a thickness close to 2 millimeters, making it sturdier than a quarter, and a weight of about 11 grams, which balances perfectly when you gently toss it from palm to palm. And in use condition, which is exactly the condition we're discussing today, you will often see light wear on Kennedy's hair, softening of the eagle feathers on the reverse, and minor scratches from decades of circulation. And here is the first cliffhanger. Because normally used condition means low value, often just face value or a small premium. Yet in rare coin collecting, used condition does not automatically mean worthless. Sometimes it means proof that the coin lived a secret life unnoticed, hiding its true identity in plain sight. And collectors across America have learned this lesson the hard way after spending a coin that later sold for thousands. And now let us talk about the number that stopped the internet cold. $14 million, because you are probably thinking that sounds impossible. And that reaction is exactly what makes this story so powerful. Because extraordinary values are born from extraordinary circumstances. And in the case of the 1977 D. Kennedy half-dollar, the extreme valuations are linked to ultra-rare error combinations and one-off transitional anomalies, such as double die obverse, strikes off metal planchettes, missing clad layers, or experimental mint tests that were never meant to leave the mint. And when one of these surfaces, authenticated and graded, it becomes a once-in-a-generation event. A coin that collectors fight over, not because of hype, but because it literally cannot be replaced. And here is where the tension rises. Because most people who own a 1977 D. Kennedy half-dollar do not know what to look for. They do not tilt the coin under light to check for doubling in the lettering of Liberty. They do not weigh it precisely to see if it deviates from standard. They do not examine the edge for missing layers, and they do not compare strike sharpness to known examples. And that lack of awareness is what separates casual holders from collectors who cash in big. And if at this moment you are holding a Kennedy half-dollar, I want you to pause the video later and examine it carefully. Because knowledge is the gatekeeper to value. And speaking of value, let us be clear. Not every 1977 D. Kennedy half-dollar is worth $14 million. Most are not. But the story you are hearing is about possibility. The possibility that a coin dismissed as common could, in extremely rare, verified cases, reach values that rewrite modern coin history and auction. Houses thrive on these moments, when a coin no one cared about suddenly becomes the star of the room. And collectors with deep pockets compete fiercely, driving prices into the stratosphere. And this brings us to the critical question. How do you sell a coin like this? And even more importantly, where do you sell it? Because selling a potentially rare coin at the wrong place is the fastest way to lose life-changing money. And the first rule is never rush, never clean the coin, and never sell to the first local buyer without expert verification. The right selling places for a rare Kennedy half-dollar include major auction houses that specialize in numismatics, professional grading services that authenticate and encapsulate the coin, giving it instant credibility and high-end private. Collectors reach through reputable coin brokers. And these platforms do more than sell. They tell the story of the coin, creating competition and maximizing value. And here comes another cliffhanger. Because many sellers make the mistake of listing rare coins online without authentication, exposing themselves to low offers, skepticism, and scams. While the real money flows through trusted channels where rarity is proven and desire is amplified. And if you are enjoying this deep dive into hidden coin value, take a second right now to like this video. Comment below if you own any Kennedy half-dollars. And subscribe to Coin Value Guide, cause the next video might be the one that reveals the secret in your own collection. And now let us zoom back in on condition, because condition in rare coins is not just about wear, it is about originality, eye appeal, and story. A used 1977 D. Kennedy half-dollar that shows honest circulation where it can still command incredible interest if the underlying error is intact and visible. And collectors often prefer coins that tell a journey rather than sterile perfection, because they feel authentic. And when such a coin is authenticated, the used condition becomes part of its narrative, not a flaw, but proof that it escaped unnoticed for decades, and that emotional hook drives bidding wars. And as we approach the final moments of this story, I want you to realize something powerful. Every coin you ignore, every jar you pass, every inherited collection you postpone sorting could contain history, value, and opportunity. And the 1977 D. Kennedy half-dollar is the perfect symbol of that truth. A reminder that rarity hides where least expected. And if this video opened your eyes even a little, imagine what future breakdowns on Coin Value Guide will do for your collection. So stay subscribed, stay curious, and share this video with other collectors. Because knowledge grows when shared, and if you truly appreciated this deep, suspenseful journey into one of America's most mysterious modern coins, you can send a super thanks to support the channel and help us continue uncovering the stories, the values, and the secrets hiding in plain sight. And remember, the next coin you touch might not just be change, it might be history waiting for you to recognize it.